Hey guys, so everyone that starts a newsletter, I recommend that you do paid subscriptions right from the beginning, because there's always going to be that person that's going to want to support you, want to give you a founding tier bonus. It's like triple your yearly subscription. So it's really good for motivation and our mental health as writers to do paid right from the beginning and to start the journey of also learning how to convert people from free to paid subscribers. So, how can we do this? How can we offer more value for our paid subscribers? So, there's going to be different tiers that you're going to be working with. There's your monthly subs, there's your yearly subs, and then there's your founding tier. So, what people are starting to do is add more backstage pass like content. So what might that be like? So some creators, they're creating podcasts in their niche. They're interviewing other thought leaders in this space. They're doing voiceovers at the top of their newsletters that are just for paid readers, because 30% of us are audio learners. So it's really worth doing that. If you like working with audio, why not just narrate your post in your own voice? And so for people who are on the go, people might want to access your content just by listening to your voice, and it actually creates a more immersive relationship. So a lot of other creators, they're learning how to do webinars. So webinars are just interviews or information sessions about your topic, about your niche with your founding tier live, right? And then you can send it to your other paid subscribers as an unlisted YouTube. So it could just be as easy as recording a Zoom session or recording in another program like Zoom and giving high quality insights and additional content for your paid subscribers. So anything you do like webinars or podcasting or community, all of these will boost your conversion rate of your free readers to your paid. And this is super important. It's also important to understand that different categories of your Substack or your Beehive will have their own native conversion rates, right? So if I'm a technology writer, I shouldn't expect the conversion rates of a controversial, political, speculative essayist, right? So we all have our different niche, and the conversion rates will depend upon the kind of style and topic that you're writing about. So maybe you're an illustrator and you do amazing work, and people will just be so inspired, and you'll have a conversion rate that's really high. Or maybe you talk about the ski hills in the United States, and ski fans just need that information, right? So your conversion rate might be 15, 20%. For most of us, and for myself included, your conversion rate is going to be substantially below 5%. And that's okay. But learning how to convert your free to paid subscribers is really one of the keys to enjoying your Substack experience. Because the fact remains that while paid subscriptions scale very slowly at the beginning, it's the most scalable method to grow your revenue. Let's say from that 50,000 US dollars annual recurring revenue and upwards, it's the most efficient to scale. So you can do advertising, you can do a hybrid model, and good luck scaling that. It just doesn't scale as well. Now, obviously, at the beginning, you might want to be doing a whole bunch of different diversified revenue streams that work for you. You might be wanting to do sponsored flat fee ads along with paid subs, along with consulting, along with these other things, but you might get burned out. You might say, listen, I just want the path of least resistance. And that's what Substack is, right? You can start for free. You can implement paid subs. There's different kinds of paid subs. You could create a discount for your subscribers to convert. Those discounted campaigns can actually do pretty well. So you can have a discount of 10 or 20%, whatever you see fit for a yearly sub, and you will find there's a little bit of a spike in the paid subs. You will also want to promote your yearly subs. So you might want to have a pretty steep discount for your yearly subscriptions compared to your monthly rate. So people that try you monthly, maybe it's $7 a month, but maybe your yearly rate is $70 or even $65. And then you're paying less Stripe fees. So instead of paying 6%, you're paying 3%. So all these different things are important to keep in mind. So building conversion from free to paid, it's all about the value you provide. Maybe your content is so in depth that you just provide more content to those readers, and that's enough, right? Maybe it makes sense. Maybe you're keeping the frequency of your posts low enough that you're capable of really creating high quality content that keeps your open rate high, your engagement high, thus your conversion rate's automatically higher. So your open rate is correlated to your conversion rate, right? So if you're creating just one piece, maybe every week, every 10 days, but you're really putting your heart and soul and best research into that piece, optimizing it, ruminating over it, that piece, because your open rate is higher, because you haven't scared away people with too much content or lower quality content or content that doesn't have added immersive features. Therefore, keeping the open rate high is super important for converting free to paid subscribers. And there's actual rules for that. There's actual rules that say, based upon your open rate, what will be your conversion rate? So it is correlated, Substack has found. So you can create community, podcasts, immersive webinars, and there's tons of other things that you can do. And building community also means different things, right? You might want to be doing the chat within the Substack app. You might there's another thing I have to mention, turn on Substack Boost. And I just want to quickly show you how to do that. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm gonna go to my settings, okay? So here are my settings. I just go down to Boost, right? And I turn it on. So what this will do is in the background, there's gonna be automation campaigns that are gonna help you with conversion optimization and churn reduction. So this is what that software called Yem that Substack acquired does. And this is part of the growth team at Substack. They're part of the MarTech product people, and their job is to help you convert more of your free subscribers into paid. So just by turning on Substack Boost, you're literally going to be getting really good results from this. So Substack is incentivized to help you grow your paid subscription. So not turning on paid subs at the beginning is a huge mistake. If you're just new newsletter, you just started writing, or 6 months, you've just been writing for 6 months, please turn on paid subscriptions, turn on Substack Boost, and consider doing these added features, right? Maybe you're writing more content that's higher quality for your paid subscribers. Maybe you have a page break in your existing content. The last 30% is for your paid subscribers. So you can make a page break. Maybe you're doing innovative campaigns, you're doing giveaways or contests or different ways of creating a discount for your paid subscribers. Maybe you really love audio, you're doing those voiceovers. Maybe you're keeping your archives locked after 2 weeks. So you can literally set at what point you want your archives to be locked to paid subscribers, right? So all these things are going to help you convert your free to paid subscribers. And so these are just some beginning ideas, guys. But the other thing to think about, and really think about it seriously, keeping the open rate high. Keeping the open rate high is the best thing you can do to increase your conversion rate. Because the more people that see your content, the higher your conversion rate is going to be, right? So you can be adding all these features and keep working on conversion, because ultimately the factor that will make you continue being a newsletter writer isn't just the gratifying feedback from the audience and the learning and the writing that you're so passionate about in your topic. It's actually the feedback from the audience also in terms of monetization. Let's not lie. We want ROI. We're writers, we're newsletter creators, we're giving our heart and soul into these topics that we're into, these causes that we're into. And another thing to consider is the categories in newsletters that convert really well. They often stimulate the emotions and the ideology of the readers, right? So the highest conversion rates you'll see is actually in probably the political spectrum. And so Substack's a little bit famous for all these political speculative newsletters, sometimes verging on controversial and conspiracy issues and very more extreme opinions and emotion that's amplified. And I'm not advocating for any of that. I personally don't like to read that, but a lot of people do, right? So they want a newsletter that's going to be educational, but by and large, they're looking for entertainment, right? This is the internet of 2023. They want entertainment from your newsletter. They don't just want brain food. They want to be stimulated. So press their buttons. Write content sometimes that's a little bit edgy. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You can optimize your content no matter what you're writing about to be a little bit more provocative. Make sure your newsletter name has a provocative name that I want to click on, right? So think of an email marketer that's always optimizing the subject line. It's the same thing here. You want people's attention, you want them to click, you want them to feel entertained and educated, and thereby you create a one-to-one relationship where they're willing to support you, where they're happy to support you, because the value you're providing to them is tangible for them. It's emotional, it's immersive. So think about all these things I've mentioned, and I hope there's some topics here that interest you. The open rate, podcasts, webinars, more content, keeping your open rate high is definitely my number one tip. So conversion optimization, it's not easy, and amplifying your audience's entertainment and emotions, guys. Don't be afraid of that. Anyways, I hope these tips help, and let me know in the comments if there's any other things that you find work to help your free readers become paid readers, because paid subscriptions really do scale the best, and it's very slow at the beginning. Don't worry if the first 6 months you're not seeing results. Keep on doing it. You're not seeing results after a year. Keep on doing it. You might be surprised what happens in year 2 and year 3. So think of the long game, guys, and think of how you're providing enough value that someone's actually gonna pay for it. And don't be shy to turn on paid subs, because Substack Boost is working for you in the background. And there's all these additional ways you'll get more motivated, you'll feel more excitement to be doing this. You'll wake up and actually want to be doing this, right? It won't seem like a fruitless task where you're seeing your KPIs and your growth is not jumping ahead as fast as you had expected. Turn on paid, and your whole life is going to be more interesting, more dynamic, and it's actually more entertaining for you as a writer, because this is giving you another level of feedback. So in your welcome email to your free subscribers, make sure to be interactive and to ask them to reply to the email and tell you about how they found you and how they're interested in your topic, and get them to drag you from promotions tab in Gmail into the primary, to whitelist your email. Keep reminding them these things, because you want to create a funnel that those first few weeks, the people can really see what your newsletter is about, right? Even sometimes giving away comps of a free month or a free 2 months. Don't feel shy doing that. It's all about sharing the value of what you're really doing, the full value, and building upon that. And you'll find in your experience as a newsletter writer, you'll learn the tricks in the trade pretty organically, and you'll learn writing the best content that you're capable of is ultimately the end game, right? The end game is not to necessarily to grow revenue, although that's a good byproduct, and then we should be talking and thinking about it.